So, as you can see, I haven't shaved for a while because I'm not in my normal environment. So, staying here at my wife's sister's place is a very nice place. It's very big, 3 bedroom, 3 bath, which is ideal, right? I mean, I think it's always safe to have as many bathrooms as rooms, maybe even more, because people need to go to the bathroom, and when you need to go to the bathroom, you need to go to the bathroom. Anyways, so the thing is, I don't have my standard routine set up here because they don't have a lot of plugs. They have little kids. You don't want just little kids sticking stuff into sockets. Some of the plugs are blocked, and shaving is sort of a hassle. And yeah, anyways, so I haven't shaved in a while. I still shower mostly every day, not necessarily. But I think of this whole idea of letting yourself go. And in a hospital, we see often that people do let themselves go. I mean, there's two different ways of looking at it. First, there's the staff, right? So some staff are dressed really nicely, so especially women, I would say, specialists. But there's this one lady who worked in the ICU who wore heels. She dressed up in name brand stuff. Somebody else, a pulmonologist, always very prim and properly dressed in a suit. She was very, very well done, very well put together. Also, the way she speaks. But you see other doctors who basically go into work wearing whatever, put on scrubs, and say that's fine, right? And I sort of hold the middle ground, dress a little bit nicer, wearing a nice shirt and slacks and stuff like that. But I mean, the main thing I was thinking about is patients. I was talking to a nurse the other day, and she was saying how patients somehow seem to think it's okay to not brush their teeth in a hospital. And it may take days for them to sort of remind a nurse that they need implements to clean their mouth with. And she was saying, isn't that basic? Wouldn't you recall it immediately your first day in a hospital? And I know there's a caveat that patients don't feel well, but when is it that you're in a different environment and you're there for a while and you realize I should just get on with doing stuff I normally do? I mean, there's routines we do called hygiene that are there for a reason, presumably, and you are supposed to do it regardless of where you are. So, for example, when you're flying, many times people have a hard time with the time difference and with in and off planes, and so you see some people brushing their teeth in the bathroom and some people don't. I mean, the people who don't brush their teeth, they use mouthwash to freshen up, but it's not the same thing. At what point do you say that you need to go back to doing hygiene? That you need a shower, that you need to brush your teeth, this or that? I do hear of many patients wanting to shower after a few days, but do I hear patients who say I wasn't able to brush my teeth? I mean, the setup is not optimal for brushing your teeth. You don't have a big sink. I have a little basin there sometimes. Sometimes people don't even have running water. I mean, they could go to the bathroom, but that's a shared bathroom if you have double rooms. But when you just suck it up and say, I gotta do it anyways, right? And that makes me think of the beautiful girl who lives in the slums. I don't know if it's a common thing in other societies, but definitely in Asia. You see these girls who are made up, done perfectly, pristine. And you go to their place, is actually a slum. I mean, for lack of a better term, I remember in Hangzhou I visited somebody and they had one faucet that was in the bathroom. And so to cook, they would go to the bathroom to get water. And when I say bathroom, I mean there's a running water there, there's a toilet, and then there's a drain on the floor. Basically, you can imagine making yourself up there in a very not so nice environment doesn't sound too easy to me, but obviously they still do it. And the question is, why do we have this barrier, this hold, when we're in a different environment to do things we still need to keep on doing? Why is it that way? Is it because routines are not actually ingrained, that they change depending on the circumstance? You may have a routine of brushing your teeth when you wake up, brushing your teeth before you go to sleep. But if you're traveling, then you just say, it's okay, I gotta skip it, right? Do we give ourselves a bye because we're not in our homes? Do other forms of hygiene also not work that way? Do you not go to the toilet when you're outside? Some people really don't go poop when they're outside. They just can't bear the thought of pooping in a strange toilet. They just hold it. I guess those people can't probably travel for very long. Or I guess if they have a hotel, if they consider it a home, that's the same thing. But that's the thing about routines that I find very interesting. Can you let yourself go somewhere? Is the hospital really a different place to let yourself go than when you're traveling? Or when you're jobless, you see many people grow out their facial hair. Looks like they haven't showered in days/weeks. Because you don't have to go to a job, you don't have to be presentable. I mean, hygiene and these routines, are they for ourselves or for other people? Right? I think showers, some people just feel so icky. Brush your teeth, you just get used to it? Even not showering? Are all these things initially for other people and secondarily for yourself? Or are they initially for yourself and secondarily for other people? How do we view this letting ourselves go when you're in a strange environment like the hospital or traveling or on a flight? I don't know. But I guess it's time for me to get back to start doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Even though I'm not home, because I'm not going to be home for a while. I'm not going to be in a hotel room I can settle down and call home, because hotels are basically home for me. So I better just get to it, to my hygienic routines. And that's the end of letting myself go.